Hey everybody! It's that time of the week again. Time for your poem of the week. We are coming to you live from Austin, Texas. Peacock Blue Studios in the Jim Alberti Theater. And my friends, in Austin, Texas, we are keeping it weird because poet Charles Baudelaire said, weirdness is a necessary ingredient of beauty. Hear, hear! Time for your fun Texas fact. Well, this didn't work as well as I had hoped it would. But I'm going to keep trying because it'll be worth it if it works. Oh, yeah. Show me some love. We're going to talk about the elephant in the room today. Hit the love button, and it will come back to you in infinity. Don't hit the anger button, because we got plenty of that in this world. And if you like this video, make sure you share it. Come gather around me, people. If you would like to support me or this broadcast, you can do so through PayPal at Ball Chandler, Venmo, The Chris Chandler Show, or Patreon, The Chris Chandler Show. After the poem, hang around for your moment of spin. Everybody say hi to Rachel. She's working props for you, and audio and everything else. Say hi to Rachel. Type it up on the keyboard.
Hi, everybody.
Fun Texas fact. Texas has the highest speed limit in the country. Zoom. Oh, thanks for gathering around. Thanks for gathering around. I really appreciate it. Oh, here we go. Y'all up for a story? Say, tell me a story, Chandler. Type it out on the keyboard. Say it out loud. Say, tell me a story, Chandler. Somebody told me the other day they've been watching this with friends, and they yell at the TV when I say that, like it's a kid's show. Here we go. People say we have a race problem in this country. I say, yeah, it's a problem because you call it a race. It is a race problem because you start off one group of people 20 miles behind the starting line, and you call it a race. And as soon as they start to catch up, you slap on a fashionable set of leg irons, and you still call it a race. It's not a race problem. It's a problem with the race. You ever wonder why so many impoverished youth will kill each other over a pair of running shoes? It's because you call it a race. But I say to you, it is not a race. Because, my friends, the world is round. And if it were a race, whoever is in first place is slightly behind the guy in last. And if I were you, I'd be looking over my shoulders, because my name is Tyree Nichols. My name is George Floyd. My name is Ahmaud Arbery. My name is Oscar Grant. My name is Michael Brown. My name is Rodney King. Can't we all just get along, stick, and beat the hell out of each other? It's not a bad apple. It's exactly the kind of apple that falls from a very bad tree. You say there's a race problem? I say it's a problem with the race. When all over the country, the poor are disenfranchised by persistent redistricting known as gerrymandering. And when I look at a congressional district map in this country, it looks like a giant Rorschach test. And when I look at that Rorschach test, I see nothing but a giant Colonel Sanders standing next to a tiny Uncle Ben and an even tinier Aunt Jemima. It's not a race problem. It's a problem with the race. The state of Mississippi has a 40% black population, yet only 8% of its elected officials are black. You do the math. And don't get me started about voter suppression. I'm from Georgia, and my name is Stacey Abrams. It's not a race problem. It's a problem with the race. And in the South, if it's heritage, not hate, why don't you show me just how much heritage you have? By being a Southern gentleman about it and apologizing. Being a Southern gentleman is the only part of my heritage I don't hate. I too am Southern. My ancestors too fought in the Civil War, and I know firsthand that we have a long tradition in the South of surrendering. So come on, let's take those Confederate monuments down. Be gentlemen about it. And hey, while you're at it, hey Austin, let's change the name of our town. I mean, Stephen F. Austin wasn't just a slave owner. He was a slave trader, a trafficker. He made a fortune off of it. Is that what we want to name our state capital? It's not a race problem. It's a problem with the race. And you know as well as I do that if it were 300 armed black men storming the Capitol on January 6th with automatic weapons, the one thing we'd have in this country is gun control. But if you want real gun control in this country, the way to obtain it would be to form a real, well-regulated militia of poor people protecting themselves against the thievery of the rich. But as long as it remains poor people killing poor people for chump change, they'll let you keep your guns. But I don't follow your logic on gun control. I mean, isn't an armed street gang a lot closer to a well-regulated militia than a neighborhood watch group? My name is Trayvon Martin. It's not a race problem. It's a problem with the race. When 1 in 3 black men will wind up in state or federal prison, when 1 in 25 whites will go there. And of those whites that do go to prison, 75% of them live under the poverty line. Make sure you curb your dog. Now, people got to sleep on these streets. Today, in America, we have a greater income gap than there was in South Africa at the heart of apartheid. And that income gap has grown by 40% in my lifetime. People of color are 17 times more likely to be pulled over, 50 times more likely to have their car searched, and 100% more likely to be afraid of for their own life when they are pulled over. And we are moving backwards as the Supreme Court demolishes the voting right laws that we fought so hard for during the Civil Rights era. It's not a race problem. It's a problem with the race. And it's not a black problem or a white problem. My friends, it is a class problem. But systemic racial prejudice has kept far too many blacks below the poverty line, so that it's not just a class problem, it is an American problem. But ladies and gentlemen, I have a dream. I have a dream. I dream of a day when a man is judged by the contents of his character and not by the content of his wallet. It's not a race problem. It's a problem with the race. There you have your poem of the week, The Race Problem, from the album Pocket Call From My Dreams. Hang around for your moment of spin. Go ahead and think of a number between 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Rachel, do we have any takers?
Number 3, Stephanie.
Stephanie. Wonder if that's Stephanie, my landlady.
Stephanie and Rochelle.
That is Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie. She is the artistic director of Peacock Blue Studios.
She really wants 3.
And we have a number between 1 and 135. We have observations from a roadside diner.
Cindy Vale said 2.
Cindy says, I think that was between 1 and 3. That's what I think.
Still waiting.
While we're waiting, I will remind you that you can support this broadcast through PayPal, Venmo, or Patreon.
Joanne Tinder wants number 123.
123, Joanne Tinder, my buddy from Can't Stupid. Comes complete with a picture. The Constellations were the longest running show in human history, but then it got canceled by a new show called Smog. So now people go to sleep watching shows like American Idol, where the premise of the show is for the people to become the stars that no longer exist. There you have your moment of spin. Thanks for gathering around. Say hi to Rachel. We'll see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m.